everyone, and welcome to the Wheel and Chill Show.
So funny, I was like super empowered. I don't think I could sleep.
Still follows the same rules, has the same characters and all that stuff,
Yes.
but it just tweaks it a little bit.
You're reading fantasy, and it's so grounded. It's so completely grounded in reality.
Rule clarification, if we both get it wrong, do we get bonus points?
Soldier Simmons, it is my pleasure to now pin you, raising you from the rank of soldier to dedicated.
That didn't happen in the books, but it was awesome.
I nailed it.
I nailed that.
I nailed it. Let me bring you comfort about Egwene. I know you haven't seen her in a month, but let me tell you this story about how badass she is right now.
That fight scene, my boy went through 5 daggers.
Everybody's flower is different. I think we learned that in the books. This is I think for me, top 5 moments ever on screen.
When I read it, I felt empowered. I felt called to action.
One of the best quotes in the whole series is when Gaul says, "Do you like to dance, Baron Abara?"
The knights who say chill.
AKA the band of really, really nice good guys.
Let a couple more drink on.
Your beer's saying everywhere.
I am.
Do you have a chaser should you need it?
Can I have a little bit of mine too?
Oh, no.
Yo, this is good.
Young people do like this now or something instead of this.
Oh, they do. It's like this.
The heart emoji.
Don't jiggle, jiggle.
It folds. I like the way you wiggle, wiggle.
You wiggle.
Show. We're going to review the entirety of season 1 of the Wheel of Time, the whole thing. Finale of Rings of Power. Welcome to the Wheel and Chill Show. Hello, and welcome to the Wheel and Chill Show. We have been on a bit of a hiatus, but we are back to talk about the Wheel of Time and a particular character that everyone is aware of, Rand al'Thor, the Dragon Reborn. So
The Grand Poobah.
the Grand Poobah.
That's a Fred Flintstone
Okay.
reference there.
Okay.
Just,
Okay.
I don't know why.
I'll look it up later.
I don't know why that came up. Sorry.
I
saw it at Comic-Con. It was like, dude.
Okay.
Yeah, he had the Order of the Water Buffalo hat on and everything. It was great.
Okay. Fair enough. Enough. Anyway, so
Yes.
we're here to talk about the Wheel of Time. I see in the chat we've got a lot of hashtag save Watts, which I appreciate. So I figure while we are going to do introductions, as we always do, maybe after that we can kind of talk a little bit about what the Save Watt movement has done thus far, and then we'll dive right into Rand al'Thor, the Dragon Reborn, and how his arc in the show has gone so far, where we think it's going, because the Wheel of Time show has to come back, and how it compares to the books. So, let's get into introductions. Tavern, why don't you start?
Hi, my name is Tavern. I design shirts and stuff. And at this particular moment, if you have been thinking about purchasing a Tavern design shirt, now would be a good time. And that's all I'll elaborate on that.
Do it. Go shopping.
And that's it for me.
Okay, Winespring, go ahead.
Hello, everybody. It's been a long time. I've missed you a lot. I'm Winespring. You can find me on X at Winespring Cafe, and I specialize in Wheel of Time recipes that are delicious. So go to that profile and check out the article section, and you can find them there.
Okay, amazing. Great. Hashtag eat your food or whatever, if we're still doing hashtags. I am Kritter XD. If you are here, you are on my YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you consider it. I also have a TikTok channel under the same name where I talk about the Wheel of Time and other sci-fi, fantasy, and media in general. I think my most recent post was about the Fantastic Four, which I recently watched and liked.
It was amazing.
It was so good. I really liked it. I also have a Discord. I've got an Instagram. I am on Twitter as Egwene Alvear and as myself, Kritter XD. I'm on Threads. I'm on Blue Sky. Basically, I do way too much internet stuff. So I have a problem, but that's okay. That's okay. There are worse problems, I'd say. It's really nice to be back. I appreciate all of you who are here with us. And it's a weird time, I think we can all agree, because the Wheel of Time show was canceled just over 2 months ago for no reason, and I've been mad ever since.
Oh, there was a reason.
Well,
that they suck.
that sounds about right to me. Anyways, so yeah, since then, I and a lot of the Wheel of Time fandom have been engaged with the Save Watt movement because we want to see this show back. We miss it. We need a 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th season. Or, I would do 6 seasons in a movie. I would literally do 1 more season. Anything. Give me more Wheel of Time in any capacity, and I'll be happier than I am today. So, oh my gosh, that's such a good point, Daniel, who reminded me. I am so bad about this. I'm bad about introducing myself. I also have a podcast called But Are There Dragons, where my beloved Jessica Sedai and I read books at least one of us hasn't read, and we talk about it. Right now, we are reading Iron Flame, the 2nd book in the Empyrean series by Rebecca Yarros. It's 4th Wing. We just finished 4th Wing. We read it in 2 parts, so there's 2 episodes from 4th Wing, and there's going to be 2 episodes from Iron Flame on the podcast. So if you're interested in listening to our thoughts as first-time readers, check it out. We are available wherever you get your podcasts and on YouTube under But Are There Dragons. So thank you, Daniel, for reminding me. Okay.
I love the name of your podcast.
Yeah.
but I always put the wrong emphasis on the wrong syllable.
Uh-oh.
And so I end up saying, "But are there dragons?"
No, that's honestly, we phrase that's
pretty good.
That's the question,
But not buts. There's an S in there and an extra T.
Okay, well, that is it's a weird thing for you to.
Yeah, I'm just saying. It just. Yeah.
Nice.
Light Blinded Fool in the chat says, I love how with Save Watt we're doing all the rioting we predicted with all the or we riot messages. Yes. Okay. So speaking of Save Watt, what have we done? It's been a lot. There has been a petition circulated, which I'm hearing just hit 215,000 signatures today on SaveWatt.com.
Yes.
If you haven't signed the petition yet, please do so. We hit 100,000 signatures after about a month. We hit 200,000 signatures after about 2 months, and it just keeps going. We're already at 215, so that's amazing. So SaveWatt.com has way more ways that you can support the movement. It's got addresses that you can send physical letters to. It's got links that you can send, online comments to people. And the list honestly goes on. You can submit fan videos, fan comments, all kinds of stuff. We also had a GoFundMe where we raised just pretty much the exact amount of money we needed to put billboards up all around the world. So we had billboards in Culver City, California, in New York City, in Sao Paulo, Brazil, in Sydney, Australia, and in London, England. It was quite the undertaking, but it was amazing that it happened. And we also had a sky banner over the studios in Culver City, California, Save the Wheel of Time. And people in the studios noticed because we heard from insiders that they noticed. And so that's kind of what we're trying to do, is just keep the Wheel of Time in the news, keep the Wheel of Time in the front of people's minds. And we had one static billboard up for an entire month where basically in between all of the studios in Culver City, California, so any studio executive that was sitting in traffic would have to stare at it, which was the most beautifully orchestrated little billboard of all time. So
they did the walking boards in Australia.
That was
I
in
believe.
Australia. Yeah, because billboards are actually different in Australia. They're incredibly rare, also incredibly expensive. So we had somebody walk in front of the studios with a sign. We also had the mobile billboards, ones that were like on digital billboards on trucks. And one of those weekends we did in front of Comic-Con in Sydney, Australia, which is like their huge Comic-Con event. So it was a lot of people were involved. Shout out to Watt Series. They have a Discord thread about all of it. Just it's been a huge group effort, and things that you can do if you don't know, and you've already signed the petition, you've already submitted letters, you've already sent physical books to studios, which is something else people have been doing. Just keep talking about it. Hashtag Save Watt, hashtag the Wheel of Time. Just post, because the more internet traffic we get, the less people forget about it, the more people find out that it's been canceled, because that's so absurd. Not everybody knows yet, and the more likely we are to get it picked up. I don't have any insider news. All I have is hope and anger.
Lots of anger.
And a big shout out to the community at large, because holy crap.
Wow.
Some of the stuff you guys have come up with is just incredible. there are some really, really amazing creative posts that the community has done. So yeah.
Yes, it's been a huge community effort. And anyway, so yeah, what's new with Winespring Tavern? How are you guys doing? How are you feeling about the Save What movement or anything else? Tab, you went to Comic-Con of some kind this weekend, correct?
I went to the Tampa Bay Comic-Con. A friend of mine has had a booth there, and I volunteered to help her sell rubber ducks. Can I throw out a shout out for her website?
Yeah.
Playtimeaddict.com, I believe. And basically, she sells rubber ducks of all kinds. And it was just fun. And while standing there at the booth, I wish I knew his first name, Tamura, the actor that plays Boba Fett in The Mandalorian and in the movies, came up to the booth and started talking to us and got to shake his hand and stuff. Super nice guy.
What?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Jealous. So, Winespring, what have you been up to?
Traveling around, doing some camping, hanging out.
Camping.
Nice.
Seeing friends. It's been great. Throwing a fit that they didn't renew season 4. And so the last time we talked, there was a bit of a discussion about the expression on Rand's face. And I don't know if y'all remember that, but I was like kind of in disagreement with you guys about where that was heading. And I took a test. I took a test online about like reading facial expressions.
No.
Okay.
And I'm like borderline have to put a lot of thought into analyzing people's faces to understand them, apparently.
Oh, wait, so you think that you got it wrong? Everyone agrees with me and Tav?
Maybe. But we won't know unless Save What, like,
that
Save
is true.
What. So,
yeah.
Okay.
We will never actually know.
All right, I'm going to talk to the studios. Listen, we need to know what that face meant. It's that simple.
Yes.
I mean, we're not going to get any sleep until it happens, and you don't want me being, sleep deprived. It gets ugly. I start designing shirts, talking smack about your studios. Anyways, all right, I'm good. I'm back. Sorry.
Good job. Good job.
I don't know what happened there. It was weird.
Okay. So we have this picture of Rand. I pulled it up on the stream. We did leave off. I believe it was. We've already done an episode like this about Moraine and about Egwene. So I think it was in the Egwene episode where we talked about this face, and the disagreement was, just to catch everybody up, that okay, now I'm over here like, what did I say the face was?
I know, right?
No, I think I said something along the lines of this face was contempt almost and defiance. That's what I'm reading right now. Defiance and contempt and just kind of like a not holier than thou, but like, I don't need to listen to you kind of a face. That's what I'm getting from it. Tavern, what
this is okay, so when in the books they say that Rand became hard, that's the face. Right?
Sorry.
Yeah, I know. Not okay, Kritter. All right.
Wow.
I knew how it was gonna sound, and I was like, they're adults.
We are.
Oh my God.
And then I was like,
adults.
I am not an adult. I don't know if I can get through this. Anyways, so when he kind of loses his humanity in the books a little bit, this is that kind of face where he blocks everybody out and just gets kind of cold.
It's telegraphing the beginning of the madness for sure, and the I will become granite or whatever the hell. Like,
okay, I want to bring something up for chat, and for you guys too.
Okay.
So
Wendy, thank you.
So we all know what blue steel is, right?
Do we? I do.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know if there's some Gen
all right,
Z
chat,
in the chat. Like,
let's come up with a name for Rand's face. A blue steel-esque name for Rand's face.
Okay.
Let's see what they come up with.
I want to say, can I do it or?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I'm gonna give you a little just like some Oh, see, Light Blinded Fool. I was going to say red Quendiar because he's a redhead.
Oh, because he's redheaded. I love that, actually.
Yeah, okay, but blue Quendiar. Okay, game recognizes game. Light Blinded Fool. Well done. So Winespring.
Oh,
Tavern
got
and I
one.
are on relatively the same page about this face, and I remember that you were on a different page. Now, what was your take, and also what did your polled individuals say?
Okay, my take is determined. I actually really like that word. I don't see contempt, I guess,
Okay.
here, but I definitely see determined to like, I mean, he's proving who he is and you need to see it,
Okay.
I guess, in this moment. Like, I don't see contempt. Yeah. And then what was the poll that you just said?
You didn't you say you like kind of polled the audience?
Yeah,
like
no,
you asked.
she did.
No,
a
I
test.
took like a test.
It took a whole
Like,
test.
I took a whole test.
It wasn't a poll. It was like a whole ass test. Like, you know, the ones you find in like, and yes, I spent time in dentist office. You know, those questionnaires that they have in like Glamour or
Well,
whatever.
You know, that's Nathan for you.
I have
Have you
heard
seen
I have heard of it, but I have not.
It's,
seen
it's
it.
so good.
That's what I
It's such a
hear.
good show.
What is
And he
it?
actually like Nathan for you. Nathan
no.
Fielder, he's a comedian, and he highlighted like this test where you can see how you read expressions, how you understand them. I was like, oh, I should take that since I apparently don't see this expression the same way as you guys.
Okay, and sorry. So like I was on I thought you took a poll like on X. So what were the results of the test?
The
for you?
results were like, I'm just almost at typical for being able to,
But under slightly?
just like right there in that middle ground where it takes me like a little longer to analyze every single detail about someone's expression to come to maybe a conclusion that someone else could come to more quickly.
Okay. Atlas
That's
Ace,
very
a
interesting.
power wrought
Yeah.
face. Ooh,
Yeah.
that
Ooh,
one
I
is.
like
That's
that.
fire.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that one's my favorite, even though the
That-
Stone of Tear Melda Reed is pretty good too.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Stone of Tear is good too.
The Stone of Tear, yeah, it's pretty good. But I don't know, power
Power
wrought face.
That's a good one.
I wish I
Power
had a
wrought.
power wrought face.
You definitely have a power wrought
Oh,
face.
thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, yeah, so we started at the very end, which is kind of hilarious. But I guess it's important to like continue the debate from last time. So yeah, we're not sure where the hell Rand is going with this face, and we need
No.
to find out. Hashtag save Watt. Yeah, well done, Atlas Ace. Well done for sure. You know what? Actually, if you want, and you are
Disappointed.
if you're anywhere on X or my Discord or anything like that, feel free to DM me with your address and I'll send you a sticker. How's that sound? I'll send you a Big Dragon
Nice.
Energy sticker because
Nice.
Rand's got Big Dragon Energy here and I think that was fabulous.
Sarah A wrote disappointed Killian face.
Do you think he looks like Cillian Murphy? Is that
Yeah.
Fair. Anyway, so yeah,
That's hilarious.
I love that we began with the end. That's very Wheel of Time
Sorry, my bad.
of us.
It's also very wheel
No.
and chill of us.
It is, yeah.
I've been wanting to talk to y'all about it for a long time. So I just jumped right in. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm moving the face away from the screen so that we can start from the beginning, shall we?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the idea was to talk about Rand's arc in the show, see kind of where it was going, see how we liked it, see how it compared to the books. It's a lot for probably something that's only going to go on for about another hour, but we're going to do it, y'all. So season 1. Who was the dragon? That was the big headline. That was the question for people who hadn't read the books, obviously. And it was answered in episode 7, where we had the flashback to Winternight, and it was all, or you know,
And Dana.
and
Oh, Dana.
Dana.
They did the flashback where he knocked the door down.
Yeah, the filled
Yeah.
with him channeling
pretty baller.
accidentally.
Dana the Dark Friend.
Yeah. So how did you guys feel about Rand's arc as it compared to the books and just generally in season 1?
Winespring?
I loved it.
Okay.
So I definitely was just taking it as a show. And
Yeah.
I hadn't read the books in so long since watching the show that it really like allowed for that freedom of enjoyment, I think, more than some other people were able to have.
Yeah.
And I like the like homegrown feeling of the first few episodes, especially obviously the first one in Two Rivers.
Mm-hmm.
With Rand, you know, walking with Bella and his dad. in the tavern drinking and playing games. That felt like the Two Rivers. And then the progression into like him walking into, was it Berleone? Where did they show up to the first time? The first big city.
It
Him
was
and Matt.
Yeah.
Was it?
No,
Okay,
that was
walking
like in the books. Like Tarvalon was the first big.
No, when they left in the show, they went to Berleone, didn't they?
I thought it was. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe I'm getting them crossed.
I think the first big city they got to was Tarvalon.
Wow.
They crossed. Well, I mean, bigger than the Two Rivers.
They crossed Terran Ferry.
Right, they crossed the Terran Ferry.
They got to Shatter Logoth. They got
Okay, yeah, it
split up.
Oh, so they didn't stop. That's right, they didn't
You're
stop.
right.
because
Okay,
what
so
we thought was
Tarvalon,
going to
yeah.
be Berleone, and the show ended up being
Tarvalon.
No, the
Faldara. Sorry.
Breen Springs or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's right.
But it was Tarvalon in the show.
Well, yeah. So they went to Breen, like Rand and Matt went to the Springs where Dana was.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it was a small
Not that
town.
one.
I don't consider
Yeah,
it a city.
And then they ended up going to Tarvalon.
And then they went to
right.
Tarvalon. Yeah. Man, it's been a
Yeah,
while,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. No, I know. It's crazy.
It is. I'm looking to rewatch everything.
I know.
So I loved it. I love seeing that change in his character as he grew in his curiosity and enjoyment of the world.
Yeah. So in some ways they were still innocent small townsfolk. In other ways they were more mature, aged up, right? Because we got a romantic relationship with Rand and Egwene that was firmly established and physical, which is different from the books.
Yes.
Tav, how was your feeling about that? Did it surprise you?
No, it was similar because they did. I think Rafe and team did a decent job letting everybody know ahead of time that the characters had been aged a little bit, right? So
yeah,
going into it, I liked the beginning once we got past the cold open, which wasn't part of the books, of course. But when we got to Rand and Tam walking down the trail and all of that stuff, it was familiar enough to the books that it just kind of pulled you in, and you were expecting that that they were going to be a little bit older, and so we saw that they were drinking, they were playing, gambling in the tavern with everybody. The relationship, the physical relationship, did throw me off a little bit. I wasn't opposed to it. It just caught me off guard, primarily because of how the books just pounded into our heads that Two Rivers folks were very old-fashioned, very kind of prudish, that kind of stuff. So to see that, I was like, okay, yeah, they're definitely aged. That that was the nail in the coffin right there for that. I thought it was fine.
Yeah, I thought it was fine too. I thought it was good actually, because I guess it modernized it in a way that I enjoyed, right? And I think it probably made it a little more attractive to other audiences, just because if you would have had people who were but like, I guess when you think about it, like it's between like the CW, which is like it's like they're in relationships but you don't really see anything, and HBO, which is like, okay, I might be seeing a little too much, right? It was it drew a balance between those two things, which people want to see some degree of like romance or whatever, and so we got the romance, which was fun, I think. In my opinion, I don't know. Yeah. Anything else about Rand in season 1? I guess the big we had Dana the Dark Friend, and then we had Ishamael, which was an interesting confrontation because they had to rewrite the last 2 episodes because Barney Harris left. COVID happened. They had to change location plans because they couldn't have the blight be what they wanted, so they had to basically do a lot of like CGI and all that stuff. So it was different than they intended. But you know what? I don't know anything now. So I got
let's go.
So I got to watch the episodes in advance, which is common for people who do like reviews and for like media, right? So I got and I did the Inside the Wheel of Time show, and those were recorded before the show ever came out. So I got to watch the show in advance, and the screeners that I got, the last episode, and this was like, oh my god, this was like 2 weeks before episode 1 dropped, like 2 weeks before episode 1 dropped. There were still like green backgrounds. Yeah. And
wow.
literally. And like and the like Trolloc scene, you know how like a lot of people are like, oh, the CGI was terrible. Like, no, it wasn't, because of what I saw, they were literally like globs of clay. Like the CGI was just like the worst video game graphics you've ever seen in your life.
That's amazing.
So yeah, that was the case 2 weeks before the season premiered. Like, imagine how much time like they were working with. And granted, there were labor shortages. Like, I'm not blaming anybody for it, but like they were working with some real issues to get season 1 out. And so yeah, any complaints you might have about the CGI and stuff like that, well, we're gonna have to blame COVID for that one. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a tricky thing.
I saw a not completely finished version of the Minecraft movie like that. And
Oh, really?
watching a bunch of guys in green screen suits with like horse heads on their heads, like in the background for the animals, was killing me. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Anywho, the other thing. Okay, so going back to Rand, because there was some confusion, I guess, in the chat. I don't know.
Yeah, we are talking about Rand, but
Yeah, we are talking
I
about
was
Rand.
going to talk about the finale, but yeah, go ahead.
It was interesting watching him through the first season, because I don't think any of the characters, with the exception of maybe Barney Harris, who killed it, a lot of the other characters were still kind of trying to grow into the characters, the actors. But even then, you could see little glimpses in Yosha when he's playing Rand, how he went back and forth with, farm boy to screaming at Moraine in the second episode, and then back to farm boy, and then the brooding, and then all of this stuff, and there was a lot of emotional changes happening for his character in season 1. It was crazy. And it kind of mirrored his path in the books to some extent. I mean, on the show it was a little bit more annoying because it was happening like every week. It was like a change, right? In the books, we kind of read through the whole thing. But I think the arcs closely resembled, at least in broad strokes, Rand's path in the books.
Definitely. Like from a 10,000 foot view. Almost the same. They didn't go to Camelin, which is like my biggest. I would have loved him to meet Elaine early, but it was cool the way it was similar the way he met Elaine in book 2 or in season 2.
Season 2,
they tied that up really well. A lot of people complained about the season 1 finale, and like CGI issues aside, I thought the story was great because for Rand's story was great.
Okay.
His was my favorite, right? Because I didn't love like Nynaeve looked like she was dead, all that stuff. Like could have been better. Could have been better. But like Rand's was perfect because I thought that if we got you know what? I didn't say this. Full book spoilers. And we haven't done anything crazy yet, but yes, I'm gonna put up the full book spoilers flag because holy, I was about to spoil the end. Anyways, full book spoilers. The flag is now up. Anyways, that was a perfect kind of like, if they got to the end, it would have been this nice full circle moment because it went from Rand and Ashamil having this battle of wills, where Rand chose to value like people over his own wants, his own needs, whatever. And then we get to the end book where he does the exact same thing against Ashamil. And so it would have been this cool way to make it all seem very Wheelish, Wheel of Time-ish. My words fail me right now, but it was a foreshadowing, I don't know, kind of for what was to come. And it was a cool magic moment, right? Moraine was there just like demonstrating how much of a BA she is, like threatening to kill Rand if he turns against the light, all that stuff. And that's very Moraine, and it was very Rand. And then him leaving was also technically very Rand because he does the same thing in The Dragon Reborn, right? He bails on them to like try to protect them. And so I feel like Rand's character is super, super true, and he does get kind of whiny in season 1, right? He's like Moraine's like telling them what to do, and he's like, no, I'm not listening to you. I can't remember the exact words, but he like has a tantrum. But honestly, he's Two Rivers, and so the Two Rivers
stubborn.
The stubbornness had to come out somehow, and they had Rand do it. And so I was a big fan of Rand's arc in season 1. I thought they did a good job with it personally.
Did y'all, like, looking back now, do you think you enjoyed the question of who's the dragon? in season 1?
I mean, I knew why they were doing it, right? Because, again, it's a TV show and they're trying to attract new audiences. We all knew. They knew they weren't going to fool any book, readers, but they had to keep it kind of guessing for new people that they might draw in. So I knew what they were doing. I think it went on a little long. I'm kind of glad that it was over in the first season. But I mean, maybe by episode 4, we should have known. But I enjoyed all of the banter online of people who had no freaking clue who it was, which was great. Yeah.
Yeah, the first time watchers were like the non-reader first time watchers were fun to listen to.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of them eventually decided that it was Rand, because I actually talked about this on the Way of the Leaf the other day, because Rand didn't have anything else going for him. Everybody else had something cool and fun, but Rand didn't, so they were like, well, he has to be the dragon, because what else is he good for?
He was he was kind of the doorknob. He kind of was the doorknob. He was just there.
That's so
He was just a piece of furniture for a little bit. But my thing though, in season 1, I hate to say it, Perrin was kind of too.
Yeah, I mean,
Perrin
he had the
took a
wolf
backseat,
mystery, right? So he had something happening.
Yeah, the Bela Lugosi
and the grief,
or
lots of the grief.
Oh, and the stupid grief. Yeah. Sorry, not a fan of that either. Yeah, so there's a couple things that I didn't like in season 1. The parents are. We're not talking about. We'll talk about that later.
No.
Good one. Good one.
I was going to go away from that. Yeah.
Except to the extent that he was involved in the stupid love triangle, which Rand was a part of. So that was
probably the worst thing. The worst thing for me of the entire first season.
Yeah,
it's so goofy.
I mean, I think I hated that more than Loyal's look.
Wow.
Which is a lot.
You did really hate Loyal's look. Yeah,
I did.
It was one of my least favorite things about the entire series, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
Because I
can agree. Yeah.
I kind of tie it in with the Layla thing, but not completely, because like Layla was fridged. She should have been a dark friend. Like, that is technically separate, so we're putting it aside. But so that was my number 1 most hated thing.
Yeah.
Probably my number 2 most hated thing was that stupid love triangle.
It was so forced, right?
So forced. Yeah.
Where did it come from?
When you said CW earlier,
that's
what I was thinking. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Everybody who came into my TikTok comments, like it was a incredibly vocal minority, and they were like, "This is a CW fanfic BS, whatever." Like the haters, and I was so thrilled to be like, F you, except in my mind I was like, you know what is kind of CW-ish? Freaking love triangle. I can't defend it. And I won't defend it.
Instead of One Tree Hill, it's One Mountain Dragon. It's it's
two rivers dragon.
Yeah, two rivers dragon.
Anyways, oh god, I love this Atlas Ace Everybody episode of the show had me screaming at the TV, Egwene, no, Egwene, why
did that happen?
Because that's when I was reading them for the first time, when I wasn't listening on audiobook. When I was reading them, it was Egwene, because I didn't know how to pronounce
Nineveh,
it.
right?
And Nineveh. Egwene.
It's just so beautiful.
Egwene is horrible. Nineveh is beautiful. Anyways, it was not good writing, in my opinion. And so Dana Luhu seems to agree. Chat, do you agree that the love triangle was one of the worst things that happened? Perrin, Egwene, Rand, that stupid face-off in episode 7, all that stuff. Like, I could see, and I mentioned this in The Way of the Leaf the other day, I could see if, like, Matt were still in the picture, him, like, teasing on that conversation and like doing it in like a shithead kind of a way, but Nynaeve bringing it up is so unrealistic.
Yeah.
Not her character.
Yeah, that was out of control.
Anyways,
out of control.
It was out of control for Nynaeve.
It was out of control.
That was completely out of control.
Unreal.
I love that. Yeah.
That was not. That was not anything in my mind. As I think of Nynaeve, not once would a scenario like that ever cross my mind as coming out of her mouth.
Yeah.
Not once.
Okay, Light Blinded Fool made me like, I like this take. There actually wasn't a love triangle. Perrin was like, nah, bro, that wasn't a thing. Rand was beginning his suspicious stage. So I would love if that were the case. The show, though, was like, Perrin's going to stare longingly at Egwene.
Yeah.
Layla's going to be jealous because of Egwene. There's so many little hints.
That
that was a love triangle.
Garbage.
Yeah, they tried to lead us on to think that there was something, even if there wasn't. Like, even if Perrin is the most goodest boy there is. They
know.
tried to make us think there was something.
Just because two sides of the triangle can't see the third doesn't mean it's not there.
Yuck.
That's some rocket science for y'all.
What just happened on the Will and Jill show?
Rocket science.
Okay,
for
well,
y'all.
I don't want to be on the hate train for too long, but I would say, like, as far as Rand's arc, worst part, love triangle in season 1 and period, I think. Anyways,
How did you guys? Okay, I really love this, but how did you all feel about basically the first big mention of Rand not belonging? I believe was from Loyal, basically calling him an Aiel.
Yeah. I thought that was good.
I think that was the first time that came up, and it hit hard because it came out of nowhere.
I mean, for us, I do
straight
wonder.
from the books, though.
No, absolutely straight from the books.
Yeah.
I do wonder, like, as far as because after we talked to show only people in all of our episodes, right? I kind of like learned what they might miss, and that is something that
Right over the head. Yeah.
And then the fact that like an Aiel was in season 1, dead in a cage, but they were there, literally. I'm pretty sure that
they didn't
was
connect
no
with that
value
connection at all. Yeah.
So I don't know if there was a better way to do that, or if it was just meant to be like, okay, on rewatch you'll catch these things, or what. But I loved it as a book reader, and I was like, Loyal, he's saying he's an Aiel. That's amazing. Whether everybody else did, I don't know.
Well, I mean, and like you said, the people that didn't catch on, I mean, they just Tom goes into this whole thing about the Aiel, right? At Breen Springs.
Yeah.
And then here's Loyal freaking mentioning, "Oh, you're Aiel, aren't you Aiel or whatever?" And the fact that people didn't make that connection blew my mind.
Yeah, I mean, some people watch very passively, and you know what? For a lot of shows, that's me. That's hella me. I am on my phone. Remember that social media addiction? And so, like, if they're not as glued to it as we are, they're gonna miss that stuff. If they are, never mind.
I'm gonna be honest. I think Marvel changed that whole thing.
What do you mean?
For everyone, the whole everything in every episode and every background is a hidden secret connection to something else.
Marvel is good at that, yes.
Yeah, so I mean, they changed. I mean, viewing.
Yeah.
With all of their stuff, so all the Easter eggs and stuff, and holy cow, for us book readers, those little things were incredible.
Y'all, we were looking at steam and the way the water moved. Like any little symbolism.
Yeah. Well, and they did
We were
tons
in
of
it.
Easter eggs. Like they put, you know, like in episode 1, I think the sheep were like in the shape of the flame of Tarvalin or the dragon's fang, depending on how you looked at it. So yeah, no, I think they gave enough hints about Rand being Aiel eventually, like by season 2. So let's move to season 2, shall we?
Yep, let's do it.
That because we had what's his name? I know Winespring, you really liked him in the sanitarium.
The old man.
Ulrich. I don't remember his name. I feel bad.
Ulrich? No.
Ulrich.
What was the old man with dementia?
Errol. Thank you.
Errol. Oh my god,
I know
he's
it
so
reminds
amazing.
me of an owl for some reason. I don't know why.
Errol Flynn.
Oh my god, no! I think that's the name of an owl in Harry Potter. I'm pretty
Actually,
sure.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, that's Ron's owl.
Anyways, yeah. Sith guy. It's a good point that the one good thing about the love triangle argument was that Rand had to like clear his head, so he went and did the archery scene.
Yeah,
that was good. I liked that. You know, the flame in the void and all that stuff. It's good stuff. Yeah.
Do you think do you really think they got away? Because to me, when he was shooting the archery, when he was doing the archery, he was like in a lot of turmoil. I don't know if that flame in the void was working really well.
It was
at least not until he. I think it wasn't until he admitted to himself.
Yeah.
And then he started just knocking him in the center.
Well, I think that was the point. Like any book reader, at least, was like, okay, I can see, even if I can't hear his thoughts, I can see his thoughts by what's going on with the archery. I think that's where it was.
Yeah, it was really good. I like that whole scene.
I did too. He got there eventually. Exactly, Daniel. Exactly. Okay. So,
all right, season two.
Season 2. This one was interesting. I feel like this one made Mr. Kritter mad because of how much it was different from his arc in book 2.
Yeah.
So as we know in book 2, Rand is a part of the hunt for the horn. In fact, an integral part. He goes through a portal stone. That's where he meets Celine.
Yeah.
He's traveling with Loyal for a lot of it. Like, there's a lot of fun fantasy stuff in book 2 that involves Rand and the hunt for the horn. Not so. He is shacking up with Celine and working like a day job. So, the beginning of season 2, Winespring, how'd you feel about it?
Let's see, the very beginning. I don't remember exactly the stages we went through, but I know we see him kind of like you said, working the day job.
Yep.
He's in this sanitarium? What is it called?
Sanatorium. I don't know.
Sounds right.
I think a sanatorium sounds right.
And then he is trying to gain access to Logain, which was kind of cool to see some like long game work there on Rand's part. Like he can do that. Like that was pretty cool to see.
He had a plan.
Like he had a plan, and he did it. He
Yeah.
made his way there. Somehow he just happened to meet Celine. Like how providential. It's weird.
So weird. So weird. I too would love a flatbread frisbee every day. It was a bit slow, I think, Rand's arc in the first half of season 2, in my opinion. Tav, what did you think?
I agree. It was slow. I like the subtle ways in which they depicted his presence and his history in that area. You know, giving change to the little kid, the guy throwing him the flatbread or whatever. He knew people on his way to work. The guards knew him. Everybody, so you start thinking, oh, he's built a life here away from everybody, right? Which is kind of interesting. Now, yes, it was huge departure from the books, but I think I was okay with it because the Lanfear plot was so freaking good, and it just, I mean, by that point, we said this a million times. Toward the end of season 1, I was already okay. I'm not judging this as the book or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I was just enjoying the show as a show. And Natasha O'Keefe, oh my God. Yeah. So anyways, but yeah. So Rand's arc was a little bit slow, but I liked the way they were setting it up as opposed to the bouncing around and all the craziness of season 1. Yeah.
Yeah. I want to give a shout out to Lanfear's Bow for being a member for 25 months. That's more than 2 years. Thank you so much. Lanfear's Bow says, I wanted to see the acrobatics on the ship. I forgot about that. That was in season or book 1. But yes, right? That wasn't book 1, wasn't it? No. Yeah.
Was that when they were on Doman's ship?
That was in book 1, right?
Is that like on the cover?
Yeah,
book 1, like he's up in the mast?
On the digital, version. I think, yes. Or they actually took the ebook versions and put them on paperbacks now, I believe. So, yes, it is on a cover. Yeah, so that was book 1, but I totally agree. That was a super fun scene. And that's where we met Bail Doman in the books, which was a nice, he's a fan favorite, even if he's kind of a small character. Anyways... So
this was kind of Egwene season 2, right? So
100%.
Yeah.
Okay, and so I was trying to remember exactly what happened that I liked with Rand, and it was the moment when he confronted Turok.
Yeah, that was the
toward the end of season 2.
Oh my God, I thought we were about to get this crazy fight, but the crazy fight was that it happened so fast.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
and it was just like, oh, whoa,
That was our Indiana Jones moment.
That was our Indiana Jones moment.
Indiana Jones moment.
Fabulous. I thought it was really, really
it was cool
good.
to see Rand like that.
I'm gonna be honest with you. When that happened, I literally stopped breathing because I was I was torn in my head. I was like, that was amazing. That was nothing like the goddamn books.
No.
But damn it. And
I'll take it.
I didn't know how to feel. It was the weirdest thing.
It's tough, right? Because we know that in the books he had this like epic sword fight because he had been training like legitimately with Lan for so long, like over and over and over again, in Faldara and all that stuff, and we didn't get any of that, so we couldn't have Rand as like an excellent swordsman. We had Rand, I think, as Lightblinded Fool said earlier in the chat, learning sword forms from Errol, and
Errol.
then doing a
Errol.
slow-mo sword form at the end of the season to get Ishamael, who didn't even fight back. So yeah, it was the Indiana Jones moment was one of the most like hell yeah brother moments in season 2 for me, because it was like so unexpected for me. It was so fun.
And he was so focused on like saving Egwene, and I really enjoyed that with his character.
Yeah, even
Like-
though he didn't end up saving her, because the girl
But-
can save herself.
No.
Which is great. You want to see that too, but
Yeah.
to see this character, I mean, he loved her, you know?
And she saved him, actually.
It's true. She kind of did.
She kind of saved him. One quick thing. We've talked about Errol a few times. This is for the old people, if there are any old people in chat, like myself. I don't know if there was any connection, but I thought it was amazing that the character's name was Errol, and he was a sword master, and Errol Flynn was an actor back in the day who played all the Robin Hood movies and all that stuff, and he was a sword master as well, which I just thought was cool.
Oh.
I
Anyways.
wonder if that was. Like,
I don't know if it has one
Yeah.
thing to do with the other, but I just thought it was kind of cool.
That is kind of cool.
Yeah.
So we definitely saw Rand kind of level up power-wise in
Yeah.
season 2.
Well,
He was trying to learn from Logain, and that kind of didn't exactly work the way he wanted. But he kind of learned some from Lan, not only as like in a mentorship kind of capacity whenever he met Swan, which I thought was a really good scene.
Yeah.
okay, that was season 2, right?
That was season 2, yeah. I know, there's 3, they blend together. There should be more. Save Watt.
There should be
Hashtag Save
more.
Watt. SaveWatt.com to sign the petition. But yeah, we got to see him break Moraine's shield, which was one of the biggest moments of relief in the show, because my God, that girl needed a break.
Yeah.
And then
I was getting tired of how she was treating my man Lan. That's all I'm saying.
same. And then Lan solved her problem. So
Yeah.
number
Oh,
one.
the background of that story is incredible. Just knowing
Yeah.
what he was doing. Like,
Yeah.
He didn't show us.
Yeah. So that had a huge payoff for sure. And then the Turok moment. So yeah, a lot of people say that Rand didn't have a ton to do in season 2, which, you know, compared to Egwene, no, he didn't really. But he did have some really nice moments, I thought. The mentorship moment with Lan being one of my favorites, just because it pulled a lot of lines directly from the book.
Yeah. Plus, true to book 2, there was a lot of time where Rand was kind of in the background, and we just heard about him passing through this town or that town or whatever.
That was book 3.
Oh, I'm sorry, book 3.
Okay.
But still, no, there's precedent for Rand being
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
background. Yeah.
Yeah. So completely, I was fine with that. And the moments he did participate in season 2 were all really good. So I mean, and very important to the story, which was great.
I think Rand in season 2 was somewhat of a vehicle to give us more Natasha Oki.
Oh my!
Oh.
And
Which I know
and
some
No
people will
complaints.
hate, but I'm not
yeah,
mad about
zero
it.
complaints. Zero complaints, Natasha. If you're listening, I would like to be a vehicle to promote more of you too. Just want to say that.
That's something.
Okay.
I remember in the book thinking Celine was so interesting and like wanting to know who she was, you know, and what's going on here. She was so sneaky and in the background doing stuff, and I really enjoyed how they.
It's been so long since I read the books for the first time that I can't imagine myself doing anything besides being like, this person is a bad guy, and
Yeah, right.
Rand needs to get his act together because
She
she's
seemed
clearly
disorganized
flattering
to me
him.
at first.
Disorganized?
In the books, I think.
Oh, in the books when I
the
first saw
book,
Celine,
yeah.
when we first come across Celine, yeah, it's
She's-
kind of just
Because you
it's
don't know
kinda-
all the
yeah.
stuff she's doing. Just
Yeah.
what you got was kind of like, what is this rando? What's happening here?
I guess
Yeah.
to me, like, and again, like, it could be different. I could have sworn, though, the first time I read it, I thought, this is a woman playing damsel in distress.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Yeah. No.
yeah.
For sure that.
Playing, but
Yes.
not
Yeah.
actually being. Like,
Yes.
Yeah, you knew that there
Like
was
she is
something
trying
off,
to get
right?
in there somewhere.
yeah, get in there. If you know what I mean.
Yay.
I'm about to spoil movies for a lot of people here. So if you don't want to get spoiled, cover your ears.
What movies?
Like all of them.
Oh,
It's an Apple product thing. You might know this already. So it with Celine, it was weird because it's like when you're in a movie and you're watching and you're trying to figure out who the bad guy is. Apple doesn't allow bad characters in movies to use their products. So if they have an iPhone, that ain't them. so with Celine, it was kind of like that with her. There was just something off, and I was like, she's not
She was
nice.
using an Android.
Yeah, she had a freaking Google Pixel or some shit. And
She was still flipping phones.
like the whole thing,
Goddamn Nokia with the mirror, like I had, so she could look at herself.
Or the Nextel walkie-talkie phone.
What?
Yeah. But anyways, yeah, she was just sus as hell. She was super sus.
Okay, I gotta read some of the comments because they're hilarious. Sith guy, I was a teen boy when I first read, so this was I have no follow-up questions to me. But then Knuckles Mustache says, Book Celine was the sussiest sus who ever sus. And Farah A says, I was like, she's pretending she needs help. She knows too much info. Rand, stay away from her. Okay, that's where I was, Farah. Me and you,
Nice.
same page.
Very nice.
That was the same page. But maybe it's the difference between being a guy and a girl, right? Because as a girl, I was like, immediate red flag. Like, she would not be this. Like, how did she even get there? Right? There were so many questions that I was like, this.
And she knew too much.
She knew too much. Yeah, she did, but she shouldn't have been able to. That's the point.
And I'm like,
yeah,
it was weird.
She was interesting. I wanted to know more about her.
Yeah.
And we definitely learned more.
And honestly, no, like, again, this is the Rand episode, but again, he was a vehicle for Celine / Lanfear in season 2, and I will say that I prefer show Lanfear over book Lanfear.
100%.
Way more capable.
That's that on that. So much more capable.
100%.
Formidable. Foxy, although obviously we didn't see what she looked like in the books, but to me, it's just she's just this enigma. She's so good. She's perfect. We love you, Natasha.
Like striking.
Yeah.
I think the only thing that bugged me about Rand in season 2 is that, compared to the books, like you talked about this earlier, the whole farm boy innocence or small village innocence on the show was just stripped away so quickly.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't have time to adjust, and we didn't even see some of the stuff happen that made it happen. We just see Rand from one season to the next, and he's like a different person. It's like, holy shit. Also,
like,
go ahead.
Like him attacking the guy that he worked with.
I was about to bring that up.
That was a little like
super out of character.
Yeah.
That made Mr. Kritter mad as well.
Yeah, that was super out of character, and I will say that was the first time I believe we heard the whisperings of maybe a lose.
There were some whisperings
when he attacked the orderly guy. Yeah. Which we never got because the show's been canceled. Pieces of
I mean, we did see like little drips of madness.
But I'm just mad.
Except not at the very end, of course.
Actually, Luz was there at the end. Actually, Luz was there at the end when he was doing all that channeling. No, that was what was
in the
said.
background?
I believe Rafe said it. That little shadow figure off in the dunes was
that wasn't the
Luz.
very, very, very end, but it was the finale. It was
right in the finale when he was channeling. Yeah.
So anything else about Rand in season 2 until we move on to season 3?
I'm trying to remember what else happened. See, it seemed like he was getting taken down very easily.
Well,
shielded over and over again.
Yeah. Swan just took him out easily, like no problem there.
Man.
Swan, Land, everybody was just bouncing him around. The one thing, the one thing I did enjoy from season 2
only one.
Well, no, I wouldn't say, or one of the things I enjoyed in particular was when he's talking to Logain, and he's telling him, and he embraces the source, and it's just like overpowering. The look on Logain's face was incredible.
Yes.
Like he
remember it.
Yeah, because he's seen he sensed what Nynaeve did in the cave, but this he can see. And it was just insane. I actually thought he could see Nynaeve too, because I think I've already said,
like a raging sun or something.
Yeah,
like that.
yeah. I think that was the moment Nynaeve became Tavern, but that's on the show anyways. But that was just me. But that scene where he just grabs all that power and he's just standing there and just soaking it in, just shows just how powerful he really is. Yeah.
Silver Albalar has a good point. Matt and Rand reunion was fun too. Yeah, Matt thought Rand was dead. He's in Karyan. Rand overhears Matt being a little dicey You know,
He was doing a spiel that he did in the tavern in season 1.
his big
Yep.
speech. I thought that was really cute, and also that was the first time Donal had interacted with any of the main cast, and he
Didn't even. It was natural.
seamless.
Yeah.
Seamless, in my opinion. Yeah, it's great. Big fan of that. Okay, Rand season 2. Anything else?
We get the red jacket, right? In
Oh,
season
the jacket.
Yeah,
or
yeah,
the blue
The red
jacket,
jacket.
wasn't it?
And the
Well,
blue
we got
jacket.
a red jacket and a blue jacket.
Oh, that's true. We got the ball jacket.
Thank
which
you,
is the red jacket.
Celine, for
Yeah.
helping our boy get dressed.
True. Yeah, that blue jacket
was
was
good.
sick. That was well, Sharon Gillam actually described it's like a certain type of weaving technique where it's like it's like very handmade and you like follow certain threads in certain ways, and so everyone is different. So the fact that they had to remake the same one over and over again was kind of like antithetical to the way that you would normally weave those jackets, which was kind of amazing.
I was very disappointed my theory did not pan out with that jacket.
Which was?
My theory was that jacket, because it looked like it was threadbare and there were like lines going in off in different directions, thread lines. My theory was that it was an old Gleeman's coat.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I had said, and I was very disappointed to find out it was not.
Oh, sorry.
I was like, you guys could have just fucking lied to me. Oh, sorry. I'm just...
It's okay.
Beep.
Every
Sorry,
now
beep
and
too late.
then, every now and then we can do it. That's. I'm trying to find a good picture of this jacket, but I don't think I have one in my. And so it had like the Karian sun on the back of it. It was just like this epic coat. Really
Oh, so good.
Really cool.
Costuming was really good.
Always is. They freaking nailed it.
Yeah.
As always.
And so at the end of season 2 is when we get Rand meeting Elaine.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
And his wound looks super nasty.
Super gross.
They
Super
did a good job
gross.
with that.
Wait, I don't have the light on my face just right. Who are you? What's your name, Tinkerbell?
I'm
Tinkerbell. Elaine.
Elaine.
I love how
That's so perfect.
My cousin Maggie.
Clap your hands if you wanted to come back up.
My cousin Maggie, who was our show only guest, one of our show only guests for the finale, immediately clocked that. She's like, "So they're gonna get together, right?"
Yeah.
Not if Enda had anything to say. That pissed a lot of people off, but I thought it was fine.
Oh, that they were together. Well, again,
Yeah, I didn't have an issue with that. That
topic for another episode.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah, Rand meets Elaine, and then this is a good transition to season 3. Rand and Elaine have like a sort of a confidant relationship, a lot like they do in the books. Like
I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, yeah. She like comes and talks to him. She's like talking to Avienda about him, kind of doing the diplomat thing, doing the leader thing. The Dragon Reborn will always have a friend, and Caemlyn, whatever. Like she's a baller. I don't know. I love that character. She is.
Well, I mean,
she's been trained.
Aside from the fact that she is with the group and she knows, what she's been with Egwene and Nynaeve and the group and Moraine and all that, and she knows what's happening, that he's the Dragon Reborn and all this other stuff. Aside from that call about, the dragon will always have a friend in Caemlyn or whatever, or an ally, is probably one of the best political moves on that entire show. Because she's already setting up Andor for success.
Yeah.
With the Dragon Reborn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's smarty pants. She's brilliant.
She's brilliant.
Good thing Gabriel was around all those years.
That'll do, pig. That'll do. That's so funny. Gabriel. We're not going to talk about him. We need to talk about him at some point.
I was like, I don't think you even heard of my joke.
No, I heard it. But I'm going to stick with Rand because Gabriel's a whole other conversation.
I think since we are predicting what would happen eventually, in the books, Rand takes him out.
Oh, yeah.
In the show, I'm not so sure that's what they would do, right? Because I don't know.
I think, to be fair, I think that they have so many boogeymen on the show, right? Because you've got Leandrin, you've got Lanfear, you've of course got all the Forsaken, but at no point did I think that they were going to make Moghedien like the super villainist of the villains. Like she's
creepy.
So to your point, yeah, I don't know if Rand would have taken, because Rand didn't even take out what's his face. He just knocked him out.
What's his face?
Samael.
Oh, yeah.
He didn't even kill him. He freaking just knocked his ass out.
Well, they were trying to get information from him, so that makes
Right.
sense.
Yeah, but when it happened, I don't think that was on his mind.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. A Light Blinded Fool, you and I are on the same page. I think Elaine is destined to take out Robin, probably with Nynaeve's help.
Probably.
Just because Tom put two and two together, realized what was going on, and I think that could be their next side quest, right? Because the Wonder Girls are always on some random side quest.
Yeah.
Granted, they did have to still. This is off topic, but they still needed to chase down the male Adom. So that could be in the future. But yeah, I'm not sure they would have had Rand take out Robin.
I wouldn't mind seeing Elaine do it.
I think it would be too linear to have Rand, take out each of the Forsaken on the show. It would just become a bit repetitive. So yeah, I agree. And Elaine finding out that a Forsaken has basically mind screwed everybody.
Yeah.
She would. Yeah. Oh yeah.
She would. It would be satisfying to see her do it.
Yes. That's why I want to see it. Yeah.
Karis Sedai also says, I thought Elaine was signaling a marriage alliance. That's an interesting thought. A friend. We don't have to bang, but we could be married. I don't know.
But we could also.
We could also bang eventually.
Yeah. Have you met my friend Avienda?
Thanks.
I mean,
These ideal. They're open-minded. We saw you across the room and we liked your vibe.
My sweat tent is yours.
Sorry.
Just keep going.
It's horrible. But yeah, I guess the question is Rand had a bunch of relationships. We only got to see the one. Well, we got to see two, Egwene and Selene being romantic, right? We haven't even dug into any of this. We were
starting to get hints at Avienda.
True. We were.
And we saw his fawning over Elaine.
Yeah, there were hints, just hints though.
Yeah, they were just little hints to it. Yeah.
Knuckles mustache. Abby and I are looking for a donor. Multiple donors, actually.
Hey.
So,
wow.
Anyways, yeah, it's kind of. I want to see it. I want to see how they do it, especially because Min is so far away from Rand's romantic circle at this moment that it would be a hard thing to see. It would. That'd be like season 5, as far as
how are they going to force
goes.
that?
Yeah, how are they going to force that? Maybe they wouldn't. Ray said it was going to be different. So
I'm going to go to hell for this, but I said it once before.
Don't do it then.
I said it once before that I think Elaine was going to be the gateway to the polyamory.
Oh, yeah.
Because Min is now hanging out with Elaine.
Yeah.
And she saw her doing the Hills of Tanchico, and she got all like, oh.
She did. She got super into it.
Yeah, she got way into it.
That's such a good point. Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe.
So I thought that, the linchpin and that whole thing might be Elaine.
The sky's the limit for the polyamorous relationship.
And
Elaine will be the spoke or the hub or the water that turns that relationship wheel.
And to be fair, they did portray Elaine in a very bohemian-like way.
They did.
That whole season.
So she's just a little.
She's great.
Loose. Yeah, not in a bad way. In a great way.
No, not in a bad way. No,
absolutely
not in a bad way.
She's open-minded. She's flirty. We love Elaine. I love Elaine. This is not the Elaine episode, though.
It's not.
No.
Calm down. Gosh.
Sorry. We're talking about Rand. So Rand, I think, in season 3 really started being very Rand. Season 2, again, he was kind of in the background for the most part. Season 3, he was very much more in the foreground. He decided they were going to the Aiel Waste. He pushed back against Moraine, but then ultimately acknowledged her worth, value, help. Him and
much better than in the books.
100%
better than in the books.
Him and Egwene had some weird moments. He was cheating on Egwene in the World of Dreams. It was some of it was very, very, very Rand, and some of it
You're gonna
was
make so many people mad
Rand.
with what you just did.
Oh, well, I know. A lot of people don't think dream cheating is cheating, but please.
I was gonna say
Tavern
something.
space too.
I was gonna say something, then I'm like, I'm not dipping my toe in that water. I'm staying the hell out of it.
Anyways, Chat confirm that Rand was cheating on Egwene, please, with me for me.
Because it wasn't just a dream.
It wasn't
Like,
just a dream. They were
Yeah.
both in full faculties, knowing that they're there. Like, it was not a mystery. Like, oh, this might just be a or a product of my imagination. No, it's frickin' Lanfear, and he knew it.
And he knew it.
And it was actually Lanfear, not Dream Lanfear. So, cheating.
War flashbacks.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, I thought Rand was a really good character. Oh, and
Yeah.
we haven't even talked about Ruidion. Holy
Oh, yeah.
shit.
One of the
that
best
was it.
episodes of TV.
Yeah.
The best, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Closest depiction of anything to the books in the series.
Absolutely. It
Yeah.
was
They had a couple little
mind-blowing.
changes, but
Doesn't matter.
almost perfection. It was incredible.
Actual perfection, not almost. Sorry, I keep correcting you.
No, I
loved
say almost only because they left the whole Maidens of the Spear bit out of his ancestor, his going back in
that would've
time
been-
and
that would've been cool.
that kind of stuff. That's the only reason. But it's like a 9.98 out of 10.
And by
you know.
Maidens of the Spear stuff, he means that in one of Rand's flashbacks, if you'll recall, somebody was like, "You can't use those spears; they're too long for you." And the woman is like, "Fine," and they like broke them down short enough that she could use them. And then she mentioned something along the lines of like, "Well," somebody's like, "What about your husband?" She's like, "I have no husband," or "This is my husband."
Yeah.
I'm paraphrasing, but it was epic.
Yeah.
It was a great scene.
What is
great
Knuckles
scene.
saying?
They set up the Rand Egwene dynamic at the end so well with him getting caught not cheating in their completely undefined and non-monogamous situations.
Wow.
Like their dynamic heading into the last battle. He's not wrong. Knuckles is not wrong.
Anyways.
She broke with him. She broke up with him permanently, and that was the last time they talked about anything in the show. I mean,
That I think might be right.
I feel like you can be in a relationship, like people who have been together for that long. If you start, for example, spending all your time together, sleeping in the same bed, it's at that point it's an implied relationship. Like we are back together if we are doing relationship things in the
These
same way that we
stages, yeah.
used to. You don't have to sign a damn contract to be in a relationship.
which was a theme throughout the series because they were together at the Winespring Inn. Bye, Rand. I'm going to become a wisdom. Damn. And then they had to run, and then she went back to him and laid right next to him again. And then they get to freaking Faldara, and she does the same thing. They're still, kind of
And
together.
Rand's like, "I'll be your warder."
Yeah, and it just continued throughout the series. That was a very weird, toxic relationship.
Yes. Relationship, though, it was.
Hey.
Not a marriage.
Oh, okay. So you're allowed to cheat
I'm
on
just
anyone
kidding.
you're not married to.
Apparently, in the Wheel of Time, you can. I'm just saying. I don't live there, so no, I don't know.
Except for they weren't really Rand wasn't really benefiting because Egwene had PTSD, right? He was supporting her.
Yeah,
her
she was.
trauma.
Yeah, I was going to mention that the fact that she was definitely dealing with trauma. Chat, can you guys throw me some sticks and some rope? I need to make a ladder.
Oh no.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so anyways, Ruidion, incredible. Rand
Yes.
gets through it, and I always did think that like Ruidion wasn't exactly a huge test for Rand, right? Because he wasn't married to the ideal way or anything like that, so it's not like it was traumatic for him to find out that, spoilers, the Aiel's origins are with the Way of the Leaf. Like, oh no,
Yeah.
I can't believe it. These people that I am
I'll
only
call-
kind of related to. What?
I was going to say, no. You mentioned something, and my brain went straight to Alcardale or Alcardale or whatever the hell it's called. Anyways, but I was going to actually mention that the one odd thing about season 3 that was not in the books, I'm trying to think, rack my brain yet, was not in the books, was the whole relationship between Rand and the little girl, the little Aiel girl.
Yeah.
It
was kind of
heart wrenching. It was weird. I mean, his
was
acting
goofy.
there was a little bit weird.
It was goofy, yeah.
But the story was compelling. I mean, that went real dark real quick. But I mean, it was kind of like in the book. They did just two different things from the books and mushed them together into one story plot for the show, which was interesting.
The shep. Yeah, I think the girl
shep.
did a really. Some of the writing was cute. You know, like what
Yeah,
does a shepherd have? Sheps. So I think overall the scene where he tried to bring her back to life was incredibly effective. It was the prequels. It was him like chasing her after just meeting her and acting like
it
he
was
was
just
a monster
weird.
and stuff. That stuff wasn't my favorite. But it did show that Rand is a softie, right? He had that little kid who was throwing it. He gave him a coin and pet him on the head in season 2. He's. I think they're trying to.
He's a good guy.
Emphasize that he's a good guy, and that was one of their ways of doing that. But yeah, it was a bit of a cheeseball moment a couple times. His interactions with the little girl.
The later interaction when you were talking about the sheps and stuff when she was gardening, that was better. That was a whole 100% better. So yeah.
Yeah. Thomas Kretzmer, right? Rand didn't have any sort of vested interest in the Aiel not being originally Tuathan, but that was always the case in the books too. And it was interesting for all of us to see the background and the world just like expanded before our very eyes or ears or whatever, depending on how you were reading or watching or listening when you heard the story for the first time. So I thought that was incredible. Rand and Yosha did it.
Yeah.
Perfect job, I thought, in that Ruidian episode.
The other thing that I enjoyed was watching Rand specifically in the show, because in the books we know he learns the Aiel ways in a very harsher manner, right? Through the wise ones and Avienda just berating his ass all the time. And
oh man,
it was
I loved. Yeah.
And then they were teaching him how to fight in their style with hands and all that stuff. But I liked it the way they chose to show the Aiel, even though they talk about their prowess in combat and all this stuff. They chose to show the Aiel as a little village, as a community. We don't really see them fighting anything. So I thought that was cool that they did that. That their reputation precedes them, but here they're just farmers and they're raising children and they've got grandkids and and it was just pretty awesome.
Yeah, that was nice for sure.
Yeah, and Rand got to learn. I saw you see Rand on the show learning from all of that, which was great.
Yeah, his origins, his Aiel origins, and of course they gave us the teaser, right, where the wise ones are like, your mom was an Aiel, your dad on the other hand, and then they like cut her off, and we all know like, when's he gonna find that out? How is he gonna find it out? Like, is he then immediately gonna be like, so am I related to Elaine or?
I was literally thinking about that the other day, and all the relationships like between Elaine, Rand, Moraine, all of that, and I was like, that is just one weird Lannister thing.
Not quite as Lannister though. Not like
it's
not
close.
Not technically.
It's close.
It's like they're not technically blood related. I think Robert Jordan's like, you know what? We're not going there, guys. Like, he was friends with George R.R. Martin, and he's like, you do you, home
Let's
slice,
separate them by
we're not
one.
doing that here.
We're just gonna separate them by one cousin.
Yeah, Farah, that's unfortunately him trying to bring the girl back and failing. It was a failure in communication in season 1 between the makeup department and the people who actually knew what Nynaeve was supposed to look like. Nynaeve was not dead officially, even though she very much looked dead, unfortunately. So, yeah, I can see where that would not make sense to a lot of people. Like, what do you mean you can't bring back the dead? Egwene brought Nynaeve back.
I mean, there was a lot of research I did into that. There's one comment that we've talked about on the show before, like in one of Elaine's accepted tests, that there's a very small link to what happened at the end to maybe make it plausible, but I didn't like it. I was not. Yeah.
In the books, Elaine's test?
No, yeah. In the books, there's the when she's in the test, and I believe she's married to Rand, and she's also Nynaeve's Wisdom's apprentice. She mentions that there were times where Nynaeve would have her sit with somebody on their deathbed, and by morning they would have made a full recovery, and Nynaeve would grill her about what she did and she would say, I didn't, she wouldn't tell her I didn't do anything. And it was just her presence was helping alleviate people and kind of bringing them back from the brink. It was weird. It was just a small little section of her acceptance
being on a
test.
deathbed doesn't mean you're dead, though.
No, true. I mean, he literally said to blathe, which means to bluff. So he was probably cheating at cards. Am I losing you on that quote?
Yes.
It's Miracle
Is that
Matt.
Princess? Oh no,
Princess Bride. It's Miracle
It
Matt.
was Princess Bride. Okay, good.
Yeah.
I was like,
I haven't actually
Princess
seen that
Bride.
whole movie.
He said true love.
Wait, what?
What did you say?
What?
I
I
haven't seen that whole movie.
We didn't even see the whole movie.
I've seen part of it.
Okay, you know what?
Like the beginning, the end, the middle. What do you mean?
I think parts. Like I went to a they have these like movie nights in the summer on in Forest Park on the hill, like with the art hill, and I was there, but like I'm pretty sure at one point I got up to go get food, and like it wasn't like I'm sitting there watching the movie type of thing.
Cool.
Okay, you know what? I read New Spring.
Oh.
So I think somebody has to watch Princess Bride now.
I've heard this. I've heard this from a lot of people. You're right. I will. I'm gonna watch it.
Oh, she said she will. I heard it.
Yay!
100% gonna watch
That's
it.
it. Game on.
Also, somebody said that Nynaeve brought Lan back. Lan was less debatably
mostly
not
dead.
He was mostly
He lost
dead.
a lot of blood.
But they say in the books, even like it's canon that you could have a nail's breath of life in you, and if you do, then you can get healed. But like that's the difference. Is like the tip of a pin is if you're still that alive, you can be brought back. And Lan had lost a shit ton of blood, but he hadn't fully died yet. And I think
there was still arterial spurting happening
exactly
when she healed him, so there was still a heartbeat.
Yeah, and technically people can be alive if their heart isn't beating for a minute, like for until they go brain dead, right? Because
I guess
your blood remains oxygenated for a certain amount of time.
All right.
Okay, sorry, I'm not a doctor, but it's true.
It's not a doctor.
Well,
but
because
it's
people
true.
have heart attacks and then live. Like, I'm just saying. Anyways, this is weird. This is a weird line of discussion, especially because this is the Rand episode.
We're so off topic.
So let's see. We talked about Rand's look at the very end. He brought the rain. So what was Rand's next step? Where was Rand going next? He had become the Kara Karn, at least for some of the Aiel, not all of them. And some of the Aiel, the Shido, were probably going to cross the Dragon Wall and wreak some havoc.
Yeah, okay, so do we think that we were going to get the Shido chase to Carrion? Because Rand's in the show, it sounded as if Rand's next move was Tyr.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I think that's where they were alluding to. So, which would differ from what happened in the books. So, do we think he was going to Tyr, or do you think we were going to have the Shido chase?
I think that we were going to have the Shido chase to Tyr
instead of Carrion.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Because we've already seen Carrion.
That in interviews too, that they were going to Tyr next.
I
don't know.
I know it was mentioned several times, but I want to say
because they reversed it from the books.
No. Rosamund said that like that was coming. She didn't say like when.
Next. Gotcha.
Yeah. So
that is true.
But I do think it was probably very soon.
Mm-hmm.
And we've seen Carrion already, so having them attack. Well, I mean, because if Couladin knows the prophecies as well, he knows that he's got to take Tyr.
Exactly. And we've had Lanfear. We've had Lanfear dabble already, right? She gave him the dragons, and so her next step, I imagine, to get Rand to go to the Stone of Tyr would be to send Couladin so that Rand would chase him. Like I'm gonna get Rand to the goddamn Stone of Tyr if it's the last thing I do, and and if this is the way I'm gonna do it, then this is the way I'm gonna do it. I could totally see Lanfear pulling.
That's right, because he got his tattoos in front of everybody. Also interesting. I like it.
Ooh, so let's see. I think they'd have brought back Carrion for both budget and book. Josha mentioned being crazy in a cave before going to Kalandor, so maybe season 5 for Calendar Tyr. I mean, given how much of the books are left to try to put onto a screen, going back to Carrion, I think would be a waste of a season.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly, I mean, yeah, it would save money on budget, but I think it would be a waste of a season when they're trying to push forward. I mean, that's just my opinion. I'm probably 100% wrong.
I think
but,
it's also very
yeah.
possible to reskin sets.
True. Oh yeah. I mean, how many times have we seen the walls of Tarvalon in different places?
Yeah, exactly. So I'm not
Which
sure.
is fine if you want to keep doing it. Just give us season 4. You know,
reskin the hell out of them. Like I don't, hang a banner that says "Tier" over the Karian walls.
I will literally come out with duct tape and a spray can and help you out.
Yeah.
Everything's tan and Karian. Let's make it, I don't know, gray and Tier. That seems right.
Yeah, gray.
Perfect.
Gray seems, because it's a stone. Just
I see what you did
although
there.
the stone of Tier was white, I believe, but still, doesn't matter. Yeah. So I think they're headed to Tier, personally. When the Wheel of Time gets saved, #SaveWatt, go to SaveWatt.com to support the movement.
When do you think? What season? Just a wild ass guess. We'll do swags, scientific wild ass guesses. When do you think?
Wow.
What
Okay.
season? You don't know that swag? You don't know that swag?
No, I've never heard that.
Yeah.
I love it though.
Be like, I'm gonna give it my best swag. What season do you think Demise Wells would have happened?
Oh,
I thought Rafe said it would have been 5. I think
Yeah,
he said
that's what
season
I'm.
5.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
And that
5
makes
as
sense
well.
trajectory-wise. We get
Yeah.
Stone of Tier season 4, and then
They would have to get through so much in season 4, though.
they could do it. They've done more.
I
Kind
mean,
of.
and they can move things around, but
I was gonna
Ashman
say.
would have to be a thing somewhere in
Pretty
season
quick.
4. At least setting it up.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yes. I could see it. I could see Rand interacting with Taim, like, in a couple scenes in season 4.
Because he was mentioned a lot.
He was mentioned a lot.
A lot.
So, and traveling is now a thing, right? Moraine witnessed Lanfear traveling.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah,
Oh my
and so
gosh.
Fast travel's going to change a lot.
That's gonna speed everything up.
Oh, it was
Yeah,
gonna be so
it is.
cool. We were like, oh, how'd they get there? We know now.
Yeah.
It wasn't the ways. Wasn't the ways.
Nope.
No, now we just split a hole in the air, which, man, that would be amazing. But yeah,
It would.
I would love that. I would
be
personally
great.
love that for myself.
So much cheaper.
Right. Okay, well, I think we're kind of getting towards the end, and I feel like we've
Yeah.
covered a lot of Rand's arc, and our likes, our dislikes, similarities to the book, differences from the book, Rand's personality differences. I feel like we did a pretty good job, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else that we haven't discussed that you wanted to discuss about Rand?
His hair got better as the seasons went on.
It did.
It did
Season
get
3
better.
hair was the best hair.
It was. So just imagine how great it would be in season 4.
Can't even.
We're really
I don't even
missing
know
out.
How do you improve on that?
They would. Just imagine it. Somehow.
Is there anything of Rand's arc that you wish we would have at least gotten to see? Like for me, I would have wanted to see the interaction with Luz, like his inner turmoil with Luz. I would have loved to have seen
Like the box.
no, like Luz Theron in his mind,
Like how that would
not
play out
just in the
on
box,
the
just
screen.
on
In
his
any,
whole
in any way.
yeah, with his conversations or his like Luz trying to take over, that kind of stuff. I would have loved to have seen that. That would have been interesting.
I think I would look forward the most, and don't get me wrong, Demise Wells is cool, but it's far from my favorite scene in the books. But when it comes, it's really graphic. When it comes though, to Rand, other than, not Dragon Mount, help me out. What if the Veins of Gold chapter?
Oh yeah, Veins of Gold. They just
where
put that
he
in
kind of
chat.
has like an existential
Oh my god.
moment. I feel like Yosha's best opportunity for some insane acting would be Demise Wells, the Rand in a box. And so, yeah, I feel like I would look the most forward to Rand in a box, and then also probably Veins of Gold, and then ultimately, obviously, the last battle.
Yeah.
They hit those three things in the series, perfection for Rand. And Cleansing of the Taint, because holy shit. Holy
Oh
shit.
my goodness.
Yeah. Spoilers. Spoiler flags up. Winespring, what about you?
Yeah, so you listed them all.
Sorry.
No. I think check. Yeah.
Critter said,
No.
I'm gonna be mad about missing all of it.
Yeah, all of it.
All
I mean,
of
that's
it.
honestly so relatable.
This is true. This is true.
Yeah, I want to see all of it.
Fair, hey, this is in the past, but you're right. The Ingtar scene, like, they shot it apparently and deleted it. That would have been clutch because it was also a moment for Rand.
Yeah. It was also weird that they had different paths that they took, of course, to get to Fulham. But there really was no interaction, I want to say, really between Ingtar and Rand. Not even when they were in Faldara, if I'm not mistaken.
It would have been with Perrin,
Ingtar's
probably.
done dirty.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably would have been with Perrin instead of Rand in the show.
Yep.
So, would never have been
Rand is pro bidet.
Yeah, because he cleansed the taint.
Wow.
Wow. Full, you're so funny. Wow.
Oh, Sith guy mentioned
I can't.
what is the name of that?
Hinderstap?
Nope.
Nope.
Natron's Barrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, it took me a second. I always want to say Matrim's Barrow because that's Matt's name, but no, it's Natron's Barrow.
Natrim's.
The giant balefire. But to me, that's like that scene. Well, first of all, it precedes Veins of Gold, but him and Tam having like this moment, I don't know, that would be another good acting opportunity for Yosha for sure. But I wouldn't like to see it. It's a sad thing to see. It's troubling to see.
And Rand's interaction with Cat Swain. April Pixie.
Yeah.
Totally agree with that.
Yeah. But given the conversation that Rand had with Moraine,
has he already learned that lesson?
Yeah, has that lesson already been learned?
Maybe.
Although I will say that whole conversation was great, and then it was broken in twain by the whole death of the young Aiel girl. Completely changed him.
After.
No, it happened after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Aiel girl
Did
died
it
in
happen after?
episode 6.
Oh, that's right. Okay, never mind. I got that. Yeah, that was right. It was at the end. They were already heading toward Alcardel.
Oh yeah, Rand cat crossing the courtyard into the White Tower is a pretty good moment too.
Silver Blar says Rand willingly walking into the White Tower was awesome too. I was trying to think about that earlier. What happens around that? I remember thinking something epic, but I can't.
It's
remember,
him,
like,
him and Egwene having a face off. It's like he strolls in and he's right, like he has veins of gold. He becomes existentially perfect or whatever. Blah blah blah. Then he walks in and like tries to talk to Egwene about breaking the seals, and she's like, I am the watcher of the seals, F off, like we have to talk about this, I've done the research, what have you done, like all this other stuff, and they get into this argument, right? And I think I want to say like all the Aes Sedai are like just absolutely enraptured by his like Tavern warp or something.
okay.
I'm trying to remember
His ravenness.
I think his redheadedness.
something,
Whatever.
something about that.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I was trying. Yeah, I almost want to go reread
that part.
Yeah.
I would need to remember exactly what happens. I just remember the sisters
There was something
being, like,
epic.
frozen by his warp, the pattern
Rand
warping
warp.
around him.
Yeah.
Yeah, something. That's what I'm remembering.
Yep.
That's what I'm remembering. Anyways, and on the show, he could say we were on a break.
Oh my gosh. Are we going to keep coming back to that Knuckles mustache?
Yeah, you know,
They were on a break.
As soon as the show gets renewed, I'll happily come back to that.
Okay, if we get
So
we were on a break.
please.
If we were on a break from Rand, I also expect to see a scene between him, Matt, and Perrin where there's a pivot incident. There has to be some kind of pivot.
Gosh. Wow.
Pivot?
Hi, Tiago.
You don't remember the pivot with the couch
Friends?
down the stairs?
From
Like,
Friends?
pivot.
Friends. Oh my god. Okay. Yes. Hello. Tiago Araujo. Hello from Brazil. Hello.
Listen,
Welcome.
just keep your unagi in check.
Oh, wow.
Okay, never
Okay,
mind.
way too many friends.
I've seen way too many times.
All right. I believe it's about time for final thoughts on Rand.
Yes. All right.
So this was an absolute pleasure. Appreciate everyone who has been so much fun in the chat. Remind me,
You guys are awesome.
What was the winner, the Rand's face at the end? What was the name that we decided was the best?
Oh, it was Power Rot.
Power Rot face.
Was it Power Rot? Yeah, I think it was Power Rot face, wasn't
I
it?
think it was a Power Rot face.
Face?
Let me go back
Was
to the
it
beginning.
It was Power Rot.
It is. It's a Power Rot face. Yeah.
Power Rot face. Okay.
Yeah, I guess to keep up with the kids these days, the Gen Z, the Gen Alpha, we could say he's got a Power Rot face card. Just
Face
to, like,
card.
Yeah, I like it.
Modernize it. Loved it. Loved that. For Rand's face at the end, it was a lovely. So yeah, don't forget to DM me if you want that sticker. Okay, Tav, final thoughts.
Final thoughts. Going with what Kritter just said about keeping up with the kids. The scene that you're talking about in the books where he walks into the White Tower was his Riz.
Oh,
Wow.
His Riz kept him in check. That's what it was.
I like it. Honestly, it works. I think.
So much
Just
Riz.
saying.
We know what book that was in. That'll save me a lot of time. If anybody knows where
Somebody
that
in the chat
happens,
has to
Somebody
know
mentioned-
Rand strolls
somebody-
in.
Yeah, somebody mentioned or
I want to go read just that part.
go message Jansen. Jansen will tell you what chapter and what line in the chapter it's
Could be. Okay. Okay, so was that your final thought, Tav?
Yeah, that was it.
Rand's Riz. All right.
Rand's Riz. Ooh, Rand's Riz. I like that.
Oh.
Okay. Winespring, final thoughts.
Let's see, final thoughts. This was so fun getting back together and talking about the Wheel of Time. It is,
It
we've
was.
been doing this for years now. And that's
been a long
really
time.
awesome.
Literally
And I
years.
think maybe I go through withdrawals when we're not talking about it. I
Yeah.
found myself with a group of people where thankfully two of them were show and book fans.
Mhm.
And we kind of dominated the conversation for a little while. And I didn't care because it was so great just to be able to talk about this epic piece of literature that we
Yeah.
have and these characters that we love so much. So it's really fun to be back here. And I have another thing to share too. My grandmother has Alzheimer's, and I know I've brought her up many times because she read The Wheel of Time 3 times and she was starting, I think, her 4th time before now she can't read anymore. And I took the book in and read it to her. Not the whole book, obviously. I think we made it through 2 chapters. And it was such a cool experience to see her mind trying to work and remember everything. And I love this series so much. So yeah, so thanks for having us on Kritter and Tavern for, talking and chatting, come up with things like Rand Riz. It really makes this topic super great. It's just fun to chat. So yeah, so thanks. Y'all. And thanks for being here, chat also, and bringing your comments. And we love it. I love it here.
We loved you. So
I love
there
that.
you go.
Yeah, right back at you, Winespring. It has been an absolute pleasure getting back with both of you, and that's such a nice story. I love your grandma. Send our
Yeah.
best wishes next time you talk to her. Okay.
I will tomorrow.
Perfect. Yeah, absolutely. People in the chat, you have been amazing. It's been so nice coming back. I see a lot of you saying it's nice to have us back. It's nice to be back. We will keep you posted on our next stream once we figure out when that's going to be. Don't forget that I'm going to be having my podcast being released. The first half of, oh my gosh, what's it called? Iron Flame. The first half of Iron Flame is going to be this upcoming Tuesday. We'll drop the episode. So, if
Nice.
you want to follow along on But Are There Dragons, you can do so. This has been a lot of fun. I appreciate all of you. Until next time. Bye.